Agents of Screen, the first and only place to come to for movie reviews, live at the cinema, and we've just watched Godzilla, the King of Monsters. First impressions, straight away. Ben, I'm coming to you first. What was your first impressions of the film?
Do you know what? It's mad how we've evolved from some guy in a rubber costume walking around like this to this CGI monster mayhem. Like, it's just crazy. Basically, I'm going to say it's right off the bat, I don't know how critics have slated this, because I'm not going to say loved it, I liked it a lot.
I'm going to come to this side. I feel like it's going to be like positive to negative. Anyone?
Definitely negative from me. So I'm going to say now, and I'll take the backlash, this is definitely one of, but possibly the worst film I've seen this year. Worst film I've seen this year.
Aaron?
First impressions, I thoroughly enjoyed it. CGI is very good. All the monster action, as we said. I don't know what Adam's problem is. Maybe it would have helped if he'd have seen the one before. Just going to put that out there because he hasn't seen it. What do you say, the worst film you've seen this year? Definitely not. 100%. Nowhere near.
It's
First impressions, flipping hell, that film was whack.
Yes, Eddie! Yes, Eddie!
That film was dead.
It was spooky and was spooky and was.
How are you not saying that? Nah, serious.
So dead.
I can't wait to get into this review. I can't wait.
For me, my first impressions was the trailer was much better than the movie. There were some things that I enjoyed, but overall, I felt a bit disappointed. But on that note, let's get into what we enjoyed about the film. Come to this side. I know you guys have a bit of some... I know you guys are showing some sad faces, but what did you enjoy about the film, Ben?
Alright, now I'm not saying it's a perfect film, but the monster. Do you know what? We watched Godzilla, yeah, we all watched it, and then it's apart from some people here, but the biggest critique about it was we didn't get enough Godzilla, like we didn't get enough,
So do you feel that you got enough Godzilla in this one?
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it, we got Kong after that, and we got a lot of Kong, like we got a lot of Kong action, and then we're going into this one, and this is just straight up, you're getting slapped in the face with monsters left, right, and center. I love it. I love seeing all these monsters. You got loads of Godzilla. You got loads of Rodan, Mothra. I just loved seeing all these monsters slugging it out on the big screen. Like, yes, the humans are whack. I don't care about the humans, but the monsters, they just stole the show. They stole the show, like.
Did you like Pacific Rim? Did you like Pacific Rim as well with that reasoning?
I'll tell you what. I felt like I had a Pacific Rim watching that film. Because, damn, I was...
Wait, hold on, what does that even mean, bro? What does that even mean, bro?
It was swishing, like, that's what I can do.
Wow.
Definitely should have the rainbow leaf.
I don't know what swishing means, but it sounds moist. But yeah, speaking of moist, who else had some good to... Yeah.
Nah, I agree with most of what you're saying. Like, first film, people complain, there's not enough Godzilla, too much talking, the pace is all off, whatever, but that film was more akin to the original Japanese and like the slow pace and whatever. But this one, straight away, well, not straight away, almost straight away, Godzilla, right off the bat, finally seeing all of these different monsters, Mothra, Ghidorah, seeing them on the big screen was mad. It was mad. And I said the people weren't great. I thought Millie Bobby Brown was good in that. She was good. But yeah, it's all about the monsters, man. All about the monsters. And I just think they done it well. The fights were sick. Do you know what?
Wait, do you know when Godzilla just looked at King Ghidorah and then the camera said, "Zhut," he was like, oh.
That bit was rubbish. That bit was trash, Ben.
But yeah, let's keep it to what we enjoyed about the film.
Okay. What did I enjoy about the film? No troll. Do you know what I actually enjoyed about the film? And it kind of annoyed me a little bit. Like the end credits, I thought was actually really good. But when they were doing all the media headlines and that. Yeah.
So
I
what
actually
you
did enjoy
enjoyed
that.
about the film was the credits.
Yeah, no, it was like a little teaser for what's to come next. I'm not going to go watch it, but...
Fair enough.
All right, look, what I enjoyed about the film. No one can deny the special effects were really good.
Yeah, they were.
They were tremendous. Special effects were amazing.
Ghidorah's lightning was good.
Yeah.
The special effects, the cinematography, like the wide shots in particular, like when you see Mothra extend his wings and all of that, like I felt it captured the size of the monsters really well, like the scale, I should say, the scale of the monsters.
It was a good trailer.
It reminded me of Yu-Gi-Oh, like Blue Eyes White Dragon fusion, Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yeah, apart from that,
You know what I liked that I've noticed? A lot of these monsters had personalities, kinda. Godzilla was just the big brute, you know, like, then, and then there's King Ghidorah. He's like the slimy bad guy that he like fight dirty. Then there's Mothra. She's like, babe, like, oh, babe, what, you want some food? Like, that's cool, bang, get you some food. And then there's Rodan. He's just that guy that he'll just suck up to whoever's in charge. Like, I don't know, I felt like they kind of have personalities. I don't know if it's just me.
It seems like unanimously the spectacle and the visuals was the overriding positive thing now. So it didn't let us down in terms of like seeing more Godzilla, seeing all the monsters, seeing them fight. So let's get into what we didn't like about the film. That was quite short.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. You don't been slating it. Now listen.
Well, I'm ready.
We ain't even started yet. What are you talking about?
Let's go.
While you guys thinking, I'll kick off with what I didn't like about the film. I felt like the human characters were a waste of time, and I felt like the emotional arc that they tried to bring with the human characters didn't hit at all. So I felt like the human characters were really weak and they were really stupid as well.
They were so dumb.
What I didn't like about this film, probably more than anything, was the actual story of it was just a little bit. It was just trash. It was a trash story. You got caught up because it looked so hyped, the visual effects and it's all the monsters. I get that, but the story was whack.
Yeah, look, the thing is, me not liking this film, yeah, because I will name bad points as well, but it doesn't necessarily, I don't need to reel off bad points. You lot are expecting all these things. The absence of good points can necessarily be my bad points, like as an example. But yeah, I mean, first of all, the characters were stupid. They were just doing all this stupid stuff, like things that real people wouldn't do. Like, there's all these monsters here and they're going, let me touch them. And then, what do you mean? 11 touched the monsters, like, why can she not touch the monster? I'm not even gonna answer. Yeah. This monster's like, trying to destroy it. And then she's like, why can't you touch the monster? We don't even know if this machine flipping works. Anyway, that's just my first point. All the humans are just doing dumb stuff. Like, for example, as well, after they set off the nuke in Godzilla's face, which again, what a stupid plan. And if anyone who wants to argue, but it worked though, didn't it? Yes, because they wrote it to work. That definitely wouldn't have worked. Godzilla has been smashed up. He needs to go recover. I know how to make him recover. Not just shake the ground near him, but set off a nuke in his house where he recovers for millions of years whenever he's upset or whatever. Set a nuke and destroy it. Yeah. Destroy it in his face. He's back to normal again. Anyway, forget all that.
Stronger than ever.
There was a good way to, I thought that you'd be able to wake him up. You just go by his belly and just tickle him. Wake up.
But then after they'd done that, right, they went in their submarine, went up to the top, to the surface, got out of the submarine. Now, remember how big Godzilla is, and he's beneath them, yeah? Go out of the submarine. Let me look around. Where is he? He comes out. And they're still just like on the outside, like, yep. We're not gonna fall over this flipping sub. It doesn't matter how big he is. Do you know what? I'm only reading off like the surface of this. Like, there's so many just dumb things that these characters done. Like, these might seem like minor nitpicks, but there's about 1,000 of them. So I'm not gonna go through them all. It was just dumb.
I know Aaron wants to reply.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. I just want to correct your points of what you were saying. First and foremost,
excuse me,
Millie Bobby Brown did not touch the monster, right? When she went to touch it, when they calmed it down with the orca, yeah? Do you follow the story? When she went to touch it, she sneezed or done whatever. She didn't get a chance to touch it. Right? So that's right. So I don't know what monsters you saw her touching. The only person who managed to touch the monster is the flipping guy who died to bring him back. And going on to that point, like I said, if you'd watched the first film, which you haven't, so you wouldn't understand anything. If you'd seen the first film, you would have known that the radiation is what woke him up in the first place. So the radiation wouldn't kill him. It was explained. You know how you like things that are explained in films. You know, you're always talking about, it's right there in front of you, but you seem to miss that. Whatever. Sorry.
It doesn't just like slowly seep radiation into the air.
You haven't seen the first film, so what you're saying right now is irrelevant.
Implosion.
No, but what you're saying right now, you can't.
Godzilla.
All right, you can't comment on it because you haven't seen the first film. Anyway, so that's why they woke him up, and it's not just like they just woke him up and then he's back to normal. Again, if you followed the film, because you like things explained in the film, the radiation made him stronger. It supercharged him, hence why he was different and
He's beefy, man.
Like,
yeah.
as he said, you like things explained in the film, so I don't know why you missed that bit. But anyway.
One thing I think he was trying to say with the initial point is not that she didn't touch him, is that she tried to touch him. Is like after.
Okay, this is so I'm glad you said, because that's exactly what I was about to say. You're saying, oh, but she didn't touch the monster, and the point was they attempted to, and everyone's just like, yes, go on, touch him, yes.
You know, I don't know why that's a dumb decision, because that's what they did. And also, I don't know why her wanting to touch something that they've just calmed down is dumb when it went to her to be like.
He's a flipping monster.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Mothra
person.
he wasn't even Mothra wasn't even Mothra yet though, so I didn't understand.
No, he came out of the cocoon, and like just before they put on the orca, he's like about to kill the mom, and then they press the button and he's docile. But they don't. This is like literally the first time they ever turn on the machine, and their first thing is like, oh, let me go touch it. Like you have to.
Curious Corpse, innit? I don't know.
How you know?
It's like a caterpie, you know. It's
Curious
like a
Corpse.
A caterpie is like that, bro.
It's nothing like a cat.
One gripe from me, I felt like the initial reason for the lady, I can't remember her name. I think her name is Emma. Her initial reason for wanting to awake the monsters, I thought was extremely poor. And that was like what the entire movie was based on. And from that moment, it kind of just lost me. I was thinking, this is like, no one would really do this. Like, she wants to release all of the monsters to basically kill humanity to start again. I felt that was really stupid.
That was a very typical trope as well. When she started talking, I was like, please don't go down this route of, oh, it's to cleanse the earth or whatever.
You know when she was explaining her reasoning, right? When she was saying how Thanos-like she is and all that stuff. She wants to destroy half humanity and all that stuff. But like, you know when she was explaining it to them, and she had a live stream of herself, yeah? And whenever they asked her questions, oh, but what about these things? And she went, oh, well, so things like natural volcanoes, and a flipping volcano came up on the screen, and then she went, and then these earthquakes, and then the earthquakes came up on the screen. And I was like, wait, is she flipping pre-planning these questions? And how she got this tech? Like she's sending the damn swipe up Samsung onto the flipping stream. I was thinking, this is kind of mad.
Oh, one thing as well that was bait. I was like, oh, they're gonna do this. When Millie Bob Brown, when she snuck into the wherever the part was where they had the orca. Obviously, I know they didn't need it at the time, but it's just mad that everyone left.
And it's unattended.
She got the orca.
The most important
thing. Like you might be able to say, oh no, they'd already done it and it's already set. The plan was basically in motion, but it's still important, and they just all left it. She managed to get in there, get out, and get back to the flipping. I was just like, oh, for God's sake.
I love the way, you guys have gone so sick defending this film at the start, and now you got a few minutes to think about it. You're starting to pick the holes in it. I like that. But anyway.
I said that there wasn't.
Going back to Millie Bobby Brown, her initial decision when her dad's calling, like, come here, come on. And she goes and she's like, no, I'm not gonna go. I was thinking, so you rather not go to your dad, who you might have issues with, as opposed to staying with as a hostage. I was like,
The man had a pistol to them. Give me my minutes.
I thought that she wasn't going, they weren't going to go because, I don't know, Charles Dance's character was there basically saying, nah, if you go, I'm going to shoot. But that was never communicated. It was a bit like weird. I didn't understand what the motive behind that was. It was a bit, I think maybe because she hadn't spoken to her dad, and she wanted to, she sent an email that I want to talk about mum, and then obviously she just seen him there. She's like, all right, what's going on? So maybe she felt
she's a fucking hostage in Antarctica, bro. Yeah, we could talk about this later. Like now, your safety is the top priority.
Just save me.
One thing I didn't like about the dad is that even though he had no rank, he would be basically telling them, everyone, all these scientists, military people, what to do. Like I just like. I didn't. That's why. But I've seen the first one.
I'm saying.
But that's why I wanted to clarify what was his position, because he seemed to have mad wisdom and be telling them everything.
The only reason I said it why he was maybe doing that and why they listened though is because remember they went and got him. It's not like he never. I'm just saying. So they know that he's.
Miles is right. In the space of 10 seconds, the commander, army commander, wherever she was, is like, you can't do that. It's crazy. They're like, what? What do you mean? And then 10 seconds later, it's like, no, you gotta do it. Like, okay, we'll do it. This is stupid. It was stupid.
He made the walker in it, so I guess he has more right to know what's going on.
Okay.
He has no authority, no jurisdiction.
One more thing, right? You know when all the monsters were gathered, they were all going crazy because of the thing, and like they started all coming to the city and whatnot. How come Kong was the only one, apart from because the writers done it? Why was Kong the only one who didn't show up?
This is what I want. He's banging out his bench press, doing his crunches. He's like, hey, and then he's gonna hop in the sea. He's gonna be like, bang, Michael Phelps in it. Look, I don't know. Well, I know.
Can he swim?
Wait. He's on Skull Island. Skull Island is far. Do you expect him to just go, bang, all the monsters on window?
From Antarctica to Boston. What's Skull Island?
One I will say, on Skull Island, the film, getting onto Skull Island, that was a mission for them. Like that storm they had to get through, the like eye of the storm. Kong ain't just gonna bot through that as well, you know.
So after our discussion, we're gonna jump into what our scores are out of 10. Let's get into it. Adam, I'm gonna come to you first.
Cool.
What is your score out of 10?
Okay, Squad, before I go to my score, got a quick question for Aaron. Is the fact that I've not seen the film before this have any impact about how trash this film was? No, didn't think so. So get into my score. Get into my score. So look, CGI was good. The score of the music when Godzilla was around, that was good. Apart from that, cinematography was not good. Story was non-existent. The human characters were emotionless and stupid, and it was just dumb. I said it was possibly the worst film I've seen this year. After listening to everyone, it is the worst film I've seen this year. 3.5 out of 10.
Can we put a clip of you rating Slenderman in somewhere up here? Can we put a clip of your
Film. Slender Man is better than this film.
Nah, you're taking a
Better
piss.
than this film.
I never seen Slenderman, but
Oh shit, here we go again, like.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
so yeah, 3.5 out of 10. Are you absolutely 100% sure you want to stand by that?
Yeah, 3.5. Like it was trash. It was actually. I'm actually upset. I'm upset. I came here to watch this. I'm upset. I could be eating dinner. I could be in bed. I could be spooning with my missus right now. But no,
Spooning is nice.
it is nice.
So 3.5 out of 10. Aaron, I'm gonna come to you next. The floor is yours.
Cool. So before I get into my score,
Personal.
you're right. You don't need to have watched the first one to, for your ridiculous score for this. But there were clearly things that went over your head that you didn't understand.
Wow.
Not seeing it. So
Wow.
just say it. Yeah. So yeah, human characters not great. Didn't feel any connection to them really. Thought Millie Bobby Brown did a good job. Charles Dance always plays them kind of like smarmy, kind of them. He's good at them characters, man. He was cool, but yeah, but unfortunately they just weren't good enough. The monsters stole the show, obviously. CGI was good. We had way more monster action compared to the first one. Some bits that were a bit, but overall, I enjoyed the film. I feel like if you're even even a small fan of Godzilla, you know what to expect for this film. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film a 7. I give it a 7.
Okay.
7 is a good score.
Alright, fair enough. So Ed, I'm gonna come to you next. What's your score out of 10?
CGI was alright, man. It was good. Yeah, story flat, characters flat. Look, I don't want us to start reeling off all the bad things again, but I'll say some other ones. Like we go back into, when you say, Charles, that he plays the same sort of characters. I also didn't like the way that he kind of didn't care about anything that happened. Oh, she's taking the thing. Oh well. And then like, you said that you was gonna do one at a time. Now they're all here. Oh well. And like, he was just a bit like, I don't know what, for some leader, he doesn't really seem to care what the flip is going on. But anyway, film-wise, I wasn't really engaged. I'll give this film a 5.0 out of 10.
Ben, it's on you.
So, I didn't love it. I really liked the film. Yes, there were gripes. I think they had a really good cast. The cast they got together was great, but they didn't utilize them to the best of their ability. I will agree on that. And there were stupid moments, but all of this is outweighed by what we was given, what we was gifted, I'm going to say, with the monsters we got. Everyone was saying, oh, imagine King Ghidorah. We got King Ghidorah fighting flipping Godzilla. And the CGI was great. I love the fight. And Adam said the cinematography was bad. The scenes where Mothra's in the waterfall or King Ghidorah in the smoke and you could just see 3 heads and the lightning, they were great. They were mwah. So I am going to give Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 7.5 out of 10.
So last but not least, I'll give my score. I would say, you know, these movies, people come to see the monsters, you know, and we got the monsters. But what I will say, it shouldn't be at the expense of the movie and the storyline. So I felt the balance was a bit off on that sense. As we've all said, I felt like the human characters were extremely disappointing, and I don't remember any of their names, and that's very telling, I think. On that sense, I am going to give Godzilla King of Monsters a 5.5 out of 10. After our calculations, our average score between all the 5 agents today is 5.7 out of 10 for Godzilla King of Monsters. As always, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up, give us a like. Make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. From all of us at Agents of S.C.R.E.E.N. Until next time, peace.